Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I'm taking a look at Codemancer. This is a demo version, which I believe you can download. It is a Kickstarter project by Robert Lockhart, and the Kickstarter is titled Codemancer, a fantasy game that teaches the magic of code. This is a little different because it's actually already reached its goal, but I thought I'd get the word out and maybe see if we can get some of those stretch goals added in. But it's got about 9 days to go. It originally had the goal of $12,000, and it is now around $33,000. And I will, of course, link to the Kickstarter page for you, and I believe on the Kickstarter page there is a download for this demo. If there isn't, I'm sure you will be able to find it. But anyways, we're just going to jump in here and I'll show off what is going on. So, keep in mind this is an early demo, so there are a couple of issues, but not very much. So, it is time. Bring me a pencil. Get up, Aurora. First day of wizard school. Aurora, time to wake up, or you'll be late for... Oh, you're already up. I hardly slept. I was too excited. Well, the first day of wizard school is the easiest, from what I hear anyways. I'm proud of you, Aurora. You're going to do great. Alright, so we get to choose our animal, and I'm gonna go with the lizard, the lambdasaur, which is pretty much the greatest name. They don't really change anything as far as I'm aware. They all kind of work the same. So, basically what happens here is we're going to essentially learn how to kind of code certain structures. And this is interesting to me because I'm pretty familiar with actually a few languages, so it's kind of interesting to me to see the way that we're going about this. So essentially this is like teaching code without kind of all of the hassle of having to learn code, if that makes sense. So like we're not using words. So basically we've got these structures. So like this is move forward, and then we can choose how many times we want to move forward. So we need to move forward twice, then we need to attack once, and then we need to move forward again. And then we can cast our spell, and we do that. So basically our code works as a spell, which is really cool. This is kind of a cool one as well. So we're going to go forward twice again, and attack, and then go forward. But this one is kind of teaching the importance of timing in all of this, because I will probably get hit here, yep. But that's okay. So you do have to get through these levels without getting hit too many times. Alright, so now we've got a turn rune, which is cool. So we're going to turn, attack, oops, it's fine, attack, move forward. Oh, no, that's not right. I don't need to move forward there. Right, so we're turning twice. Right, so 1, 2, attack, and then 1, 2, forward. So we'll move another 2, and then we will go forward. So, let's try that. Attack, and forward. There we go. Alright, so, the goal here becomes, like, doing one spell. So you're just, basically what this is on the right side is this is like a program. So if you're thinking about programming, like if you're familiar with these terms in programming, like, these are kind of our functions in a way. And what we're doing is, or even just like, these are just like single statements. And basically what we are doing is that we are kind of coding these little programs. So the nice thing is, like, there aren't too many lose conditions. The only lose condition I've really found is actually getting like killed by the enemy. I'm just gonna skip past the dialogue here. So like, even if your code doesn't work the way you think it will, you can just like try again, which I think is really nice. It definitely makes it kind of a nice and easy, safe environment for coding, which I think the goal here on the Kickstarter is to create a program that is suited to teach like I believe 14-year-olds was the goal, how to code, which I think is super cool. I think that that's, first of all, a good thing, and I feel like this is a really good way to do it, because we basically get the idea of code, how these flow structures work for everything, and we don't like clutter it with keywords and syntax and all of this stuff. Instead, we just get these symbols. So like in coding practice, this is what we would think of as a loop. But basically what we're doing is we're just teaching that we're repeating. That's it. So that's really cool. So like we can repeat 2 to 5 times, and that's really like exactly how that's exactly how we would do a loop in code. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn and go forward twice. So like for me, from like a programming standpoint, you know, and like I've mentioned before, like I'm getting a computer science major, like to me this is like one of the coolest ideas I've seen show up on Kickstarter. It's just awesome to see this kind of brought to life, and I really want to see where this goes and what more that we can do with it, because I think this is such kind of like a breath of fresh air, because I know there have been other programs that have tried to do this kind of stuff, but I think this is probably the one that's pulled it off the best so far. Let me see, is that what I want? So we're going to turn once, attack, and then 1, 2, turn, attack. Yep, that should get us all the way around this thing. Let's see. And the nice thing is, like, from a teaching standpoint, like it follows through the code as your character's doing what you coded, which I think is super cool. I think that's like the way to do it. But I think that this is probably where I will end the video. This is the last level, but it gets to be a little lengthy. And not that that's a bad thing, but I think I've pretty much showed off what I need to. So, you know, you can see that these levels are going to start getting more complicated, and they're going to get bigger, things like that. I will say, like, from an art standpoint, I think it's pretty good. It could obviously use a little bit of polish, but also, you know, I mentioned it is an early version, and art obviously is not really the main focus here. The main focus is what it's teaching, and I think that is I think that's the important part, and I think it's teaching it well, like extremely well. Like I said, I think doing it with symbols is really smart. It's really kind of innovative, and I think that is the way to go about it. I think that teaching younger people how to code is really smart, because we're getting to the point here where it's not going to be too many more years until everyone needs to know how to code a little bit for basically any career. So I think starting people early is smart, and I think that this is like a really, really cool way to do it. So you know, I guess the other thing I would say is sound is obviously not in here yet, as far as I can tell. I don't think I like have my sound too low or anything. It's just not in there yet, but that's okay. Again, you know, to be added later, I would assume. But yeah, I think that is where I will leave this off. So I definitely encourage you to go check out the Kickstarter, and if you think this is a cool idea, then please do like consider backing it, because I think it's pretty awesome, and I'd love to see this, to put it unprofessionally, I'd love to see this game get all the monies, because it deserves all the monies. No, but seriously, I think this is a seriously cool project, and I'd love to see where it gets taken. It's awesome to see that it's already funded, but you know, there's no reason to stop now with 9 days left. Let's see what else we can get. So, like I said, in the description below, there will be a link to the Kickstarter page, but that is where I will end this one off. So, as always, feel free to leave any comments that you would like to. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and you want to see more stuff every single day. And, of course, if you liked the video, then please do consider clicking the like button. But with that, I will thank you very much for checking out this video, and as always, I will see you next time.